Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks so much for tuning into my quick video on the 2022 Acura NSX Type S. We're going to kind of chit-chat about the new car, the new specs, how this is the last year of the NSX, and really what happened. Was there a problem? Was it a failure? And what's next for Acura, guys? So without further ado, we all know that there was a sneak peek video a few days ago released by Acura, and now we have the official release of the 2022 Acura NSX Type S. Some of the differences and changes is obviously the motor was slightly reworked. It is now making 600 horsepower, which is 27 more horsepower than last year's NSX, which I think that number is long overdue. I think the car should have been at least 600 horsepower for many, many moons now. The starting MSRP is now at $171,495. Acura says they're only building 350 of these globally, and out of 350, actually a whopping 300 is going to the United States. Some things that are now standard is actually a standard carbon fiber roof, believe it or not. The color that you're looking at is going to be called the Gotham Gray. It's a $6,000 option, which will only be limited to 70 cars. Definitely got a bit of a Batman vibe, wouldn't you say? So let's talk about really why this is the last year and why we might not see a third generation NSX. So really, what happened? For who of us have really been into the car game for a while now? Actually, Acura announced in 2007 that they would have a concept NSX for us in 2010 with the rumored V10, and we actually didn't get a concept till 2012, and it was a V6. Now, yes, it ended up being a twin turbo V6 hybrid, which is all in itself pretty badass. But since 2012, the actual vehicle was not released and off the production line to 2016. Guys, that's almost 10 years since they announced the concept. So it's a very long time for a car to be talked about and released into the market, especially in 2016, is a very competitive time period. I mean, the Hellcat was just released. Not that the Hellcat's a competitor per se to the NSX, but you had the C706, you had the talk of the new now released C8 Corvette, and you had, far advancements with Ferraris and Lamborghinis and German cars such as Porsches. I mean, the market, even today is on fire, but particularly in 2016, man, it was a very competitive market. Some other issues, I think, in my opinion, was the underrated. Not that the car was underrated as far as they didn't lie, but it only made 573 horsepower with a V6 with 2 turbos and like 3 batteries. That just seemed to be a little bit underpowered. Yes, I mean, not everything's horsepower, right? If you're looking at something like as raw as a 6-speed Porsche GT3, but this car is really a high-tech car in many ways. I think it was supposed to go against the GTR, which made just as much power at the time, if not more, without the batteries. So very confusing. The car overall was expensive. It was underpowered. It was heavy. A lot of the same issues if you were a kid of the 90s that you heard, believe it or not, of a car that you may or may not be familiar with, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. I mean, this particular car was also in a very competitive marketplace with the FD-RX-7, the very famous and popular Toyota Super Turbo, such as the 300ZX, and obviously the NSX at the time was very popular. So, really, guys, what were the solutions? Let's keep in mind, I'm just some jerk off you're listening to on YouTube, right? But I do think there's a few things that I think that maybe should have been brought into consideration. When I look at some of the issues with what I think I heard quite a bit on the NSX is the strength that it had, all the technology that it had with all the crazy hybrid setup and all the all-wheel drive systems and all these crazy things added a lot of weight and a lot of price. So I think if they marketed properly, they could have had like a quote-unquote core model, I don't know what you would have called it, where they dropped the batteries, all-wheel drive, and all that quote-unquote like BS from a raw standpoint. And what that would have done is that would have lowered the weight tremendously, as well as, more importantly, the price. I think if, a few years back they made a core model, a core trim model, where you had a rear-wheel drive NSX twin turbo V6 making 600 horsepower with a starting price of 100K. I think in many ways we might have saved this car. Once again, just some jerk off you're watching on YouTube, but hey, I mean, I think Chevy did it with the C8 Corvette. I think they blew everyone's mind with that starting price. I think it was like under 50K. Was proof in the pudding that, you know, price is important. It really is. So it's a very competitive market when you're getting that $150,000, $200,000 price point. And what they could have done if that was successful, if they produced a vehicle that was cheaper to start with, and then you have, you know, like another model, I guess you could call it the Type S now, right? That has the all-wheel drive and the batteries and all that jazz. You bump that price up, and then what you really do, then you come out with the, you know, holy grail car like a Type R, something that's just nuts. Think big, wide body, big wing, big power, you know, like GT2 RS type of performance. Something that really would have gave Acura in its own way, like marketing. You know, I think some of these flagship cars sell other cars. I mean, they want a piece of the pie, right? Even if you look at something, you know, I'm a current owner of a Scat Pack, you know, a Charger Scat Pack, and I love my Scat Pack, but everyone knows what a Hellcat is. In many ways, Hellcats sell other cars, sell other trim levels. People get a V6 Charger with dreaming one day of getting a Hellcat, and I think that's where Acura messed up. Where does that leave Acura? Well, actually, if you've been paying attention, they are now talking about releasing the Acura Integra, which is a very well-known car from the 90s. Is known for its high revs, the VTEC, the raw feeling, all that stuff that really gave Honda its reputation that it has. So I think, you know, it's very interesting what the future will be for Acura. Like I said, just doing a quick video. I just want to talk about it. You know, comment below. Let me know if you agree, if you disagree, what your thoughts are on the NSX and Acura in general, or if you're excited for the Integra to come back. You know, I had a friend with an Integra GSR that he loved to death. I don't think it's really my speed, but I mean, it was a popular car. So once again, guys, if you like this short video, you know what to do. You smash that like button so this video gets circulated around. I appreciate every single one of you who watch the videos, who likes the videos, who comments, and please do. If you have questions, ask them below. If you want to put your input, I'm usually responding. You know, this whole point of this video is just to talk, you know, about cars. So that's my passion. That's my love. And tell me what you think once again below. On that note, though, guys, I'm going to sign out of here. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Do that. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next video. Have a great weekend. Peace.